Okay. I've got these notebooks and I love them, and I made them by hand. And so this is just a video showing you what they're like. And the coolest thing about them is that when you're drawing, you can fold them all the way back and they are perfectly flat. And the books, I make these by hand from scratch from just paper and board, and I make my own book cloth so I can have all these gorgeous designs. And I have filled up 2 of them now. I'm working on my 3rd, and they hold up very well. I carry these daily, and the reason they hold up so well is that I sew the binding and then I glue the binding, and then I have fabric holding them all together. So essentially I've been working on this design for years and years. I think it really adds something. It's something that I couldn't find myself. That's why I started making them just for myself, because I like to curl up on the couch and use my sketchbooks. And you know, it's a perfectly lay flat design. And the other really cool, nice thing about these books is that I make my own hand-dyed paper to go in them. And so I can get these gorgeous ombre paper effects, and there are even some textures on a lot of the pages from the dyeing process that I think are just absolutely lovely. And the reason I like this is because it's so much nicer to come in, and for me, it's so much nicer to come in and draw on a page that already has a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest to it, instead of just a stark white piece of paper. And so there's just all kinds of stuff that you will find in these books, all kinds of little textures. This one, you know, it's just a little bit uneven, and you can't, the lining isn't really showing it very clearly, but this paper is actually pinkish. I hope you can see the gradient. And another reason I like a book like this is because, you know, for me, what I have done is I've just chosen a very simple color palette for this book that matches the paper inside, including the cover, added some dark greens, and I can just make some art and experiment with how to use the different colors on the different pages. And to me, this is the most inspiring and lovely way to create. This is just another little elastic pin holder that I made, but this is essentially the same book as all the other books that I have. I use thicker paper, if you can hear that. It is 32-pound paper, so that it's a little, you know, robust and nice. They do hold, so in this one I did a lot of different tests of materials, and this is alcohol and xylene marker, so obviously it does, I mean, very few books will hold up under alcohol and xylene marker, but then I have some water-based markers which don't show through. This pen is an alcohol pen, like a Sharpie, so that does go through. But you know, this is just regular, they're Karen markers, so they're just water-based markers, and they actually have quite a smooth fill without all those marker lines. And I think it's partly because the colored paper, but they don't sink through at all. And again, this is alcohol pen, so it is, you know, Sharpie will go through, but the color from the water-based markers is nice. Light watercolor washes is nice. Colored pencil is absolutely luxurious on this paper. It's very smooth paper. I'm trying to find the best example that I have of the colored pencil. So it almost, you know, if you color like a block of color with the colored pencil, it almost looks like gouache paint or acrylic paint. Very, very lovely. And that's why in this book I chose to use basically just colored pencil and pen is what I'm going to be using in this book, because I just think the effect is absolutely gorgeous to use color. But my other favorite medium to use is water-based markers, and these are water-based markers again. But also I wanted to show, so colored pencil is really nice because it's pretty opaque. I'm using Prismacolor colored pencils, but even on the darker paper, it's pretty opaque. So you can use lighter colors on darker paper. And then I also have some examples somewhere where I used white gel pen. That effect looks amazing. And in this one, I wanted to use a lot of alcohol pens like Sharpies, and I wanted to use alcohol markers, so I just drew on single sides of the paper. But I really love these books, and so I decided to make a bunch of them in a bunch of lovely different fabric designs and share them with you, everybody. So I'm going to put them for sale. I'm going to invite other people to buy them, and I hope some other artists will enjoy them as much as I do, because I've tried pretty much every notebook on the market, and I feel so proud of these. I think that they add so much, and for me it's just the perfect space to create in. So thanks for watching. Bye.